إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده أما بعد. طيب إخوة وأخوات, inshallah we'll start. We took two hadiths last week, isn't it? Hadith of Anas. طيب, regarding entering the toilet, what's the dua do we make? Dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubth wal-khaba'ith. Oh Allah, seek your protection from the khubth wal-khaba'ith. We're going to ask, I'm going to find out what it is now. Ma min al-khubth ya akhi? Khubth.
Type of jinn.
Okay, khubth is khubuth. First we do khubuth. What is khubuth?
Is it type of, I'm not sure, type of jinn or something? Khubuth wal khaba'ith.
Yeah, khubuth. What's khubuth?
Jinn, male and female.
Female.
Which is khubuth then, male or female?
Male.
Khubuth, male, khaba'ith, female.
Female. So khubuth is plural of khabith, which is male jinn, and khaba'ith, the plural of khabitha, female jinn. So when we enter the toilet, we say, Allah, I seek your protection from the male and female jinn. What is it? What if we say khubth? Khubth, sukun on the ba. Khubth.
It's a food.
Huh?
It's a type of food.
Food.
No,
Bizzai.
bread. Khubz. He's thinking khubz, bread.
No, khubth. With that. Khubth. No khubz. Khubth.
Changes the meaning.
No, but with the za is the bread. With the tha is khubth. That's what we'll find out. Khubuth and khubth. I'm not saying, only thing I'm doing is that changing dhamma to sukun.
Filth.
Okay, filth. What else? It means it's it's general, shurur, every evil you're asking Allah Azza wa Jal. So the ulama said, with the sukun is more better. It's it's more general. خبث. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-qaba'ith. طيب. What is a'udhu? Isti'adha. What even here? Isti'adha? What
Isti'adha is seeking protection.
seeking protection from Allah Azza wa Jal. Okay, that's good. What's the difference between isti'adha, istighatha, and isti'ana? Well, give me, inshallah, what does isti'ana mean?
Isti'ana is seeking aid from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
So with the other ones as well. What makes the difference?
Is in obedience.
Obedience. Okay, go on.
Istighatha is in a time
No,
of
isti'ana. Okay, tell me istighatha then, go on.
Istighatha is in a time of shidda.
Okay, istighatha, seeking aid of Allah, time of shidda,
Isti'adha is talab al-ghawth min shar.
min al-shar,
And isti'ana is talab al-ghawth.
talab al-aun.
Talab al-awn.
From what? You got it, alhamdulillah. One last one. If you can't kill it, we get somebody to kill it for you. Inshallah. Go on, Akbar, you going to say it? No. So before you put your hand up or something. I'm just saying, what does isti'ana, isti'adha, istighatha, what's the difference? Were you here last week? Okay, akhi, isti'ana. What is the difference between all of them? Just give me what isti'ana means.
Isti'ana. Is it when you want basically asking for support?
Yeah, it's something I want to. It means good things. Isti'ana talabul aun min al khair fi dunya wal akhirah. This is Sheikh Sulaiman Ruhaili. He explained it. These are the difference between the isti'ana, isti'adha, and istighatha. So isti'ana talabul aun min al khair fi dunya wal akhirah. Okay, seeking Allah's aid in good things. Allah to guide you, protect you, help you remember the Quran, things like that. Khair. Allah keep you upon ta'ah, obedience. That's isti'ana. Isti'adha, istighatha is talabul عوذ غوث من الله من الشر. Okay, seeking Allah's aid from the evil that surrounds us. Okay, that's what isti'adha and istighatha is. Seeking Allah's aid, protection from the shar, from evil. And istighatha is a bit more different, is that time of shiddah. Time of shiddah. Where is the evidence for that? Akbar, do you know? Istighatha.
Is that dua supplicated during time of battle or during hardship?
Battle of Uhud, didn't it? Istastaghithun rabbakum fastajaba lakum. That's the ayah. Allah revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that when he made the istighatha to Allah, Allah responded to his dua. So that's the difference between isti'ana, isti'adha, istighatha. We'll do this more detail in Kitab al-Tawheed inshallah. Tayyib, I mean, okay, we covered that. Tayyib, what is the ruling of doing, relieving ourselves facing the Qibla, facing our back towards the Qibla?
There's 4 opinions. One is it's completely haram because of the hadith of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari. Second is it's not haram because it's Bab al-Adab and it's makhru.
What's the hadith they use for that?
It's not hadith, it's the same hadith, but they say because
No.
because it's Bab al-Adab.
I know that's one of the reasons, but those who there's a hadith for this. There's a hadith.
The next one.
Next hadith, Ibn Umar, when you go on top of the roof.
That's the second opinion.
Yeah, that's the second opinion. Yeah. So that's the one. So you give me first one. Second one is that that it is halal, based on the hadith of Ibn Umar, when he went top of the roof and he saw Prophet making relieving himself. They use that hadith to say it's halal. That's good, mashallah. Okay, I want you to have a rest. Next person to give me the third one. You want here, Abdul Karim? Do you have, from your knowledge, do you know it? Facing the Qibla when you're relieving yourself or your back, what's the ruling? We gave the 2 opinions, the 2 more left.
Facing the Qibla while you're relieving yourself. It's not permissible.
Okay, it's not permissible. That's the first one saying. But we just want to recap. So what are the opinions gone?
I believe I've heard that if it's in the bathroom is enclosed with walls, it's a place that's enclosed, this maybe becomes more bathroom.
So we want to mention the opinions now. So that's the third opinion. They say it's tafsil in detail. Okay, and that's the one. See, if you're surrounded, 4 walls, it's okay. They use Ibn Umar did that facing the Qibla, but he had in front of him camels. Yeah, so that's one. And the fourth one is, do you remember? Tazkur, you missed it. Okay, go on. What's that? You got it there. So if it's Babul Ibadah, Babul Adab, what's that? It's
Babul Ibadah is something that's
fall under
wajib, and then Babul Adab is like mustahab.
Mustahab, if it's command. And if prohibition is in Babul Ibadah, if it's Ibadah, prohibition in worship, then that becomes haram, innit? And if it's Babul Adab, its prohibition becomes makruh, innit? So that's what it is. So this is what Imam San'ani says. He said this is Babul Adab, Babul Tashrif, to honor the Kaaba of Allah Azza wa Jal. So what it is makruh. Babul makruh is full under kiraha, that's what you were saying. And he being the hadith, إِذَا أَتَحَدُكُمُ الْبَرَازِ فَلْيُكْرِمْ قِبْلَةَ اللَّهِ. If one of you come to relieve yourself, let him honor the Qibla of Allah. So that's Babul Adab. So that says makruh. Okay. Ala kulli hal, I mean, if you, as long as you're behind a wall or something, barrier, nothing wrong with that. Continue with this, inshallah. I want to add a bit more. So the first opinion is that they say it is haram in totality. That's one of the hadiths. There's other hadiths they use, and hadith Salman al-Farsi radiallahu anhu, when he said, Nahana Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam an nastaqbil qibla fil qad al-haja. That Prophet forbade us to face the Qibla when we relieve ourselves. That's one of the hadiths. There's another hadith, Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, Sahih Muslim. إِذَا جَلَسَ أَحَدُكُمْ لِحَاجَةٍ فَلَا تَسْتَقْبِلُ الْقِبْلَ وَلَا تَسْتَدْبِرُهَا. That whenever you come to, you relate yourself, relieve yourself, don't face the Qibla. Okay? Or not show your back. So they use this hadith to say it's haram. Totally is haram. You can't do it. But we know the khilaf regarding this. Now, another benefit Sheikh Shanqiti brings is that, when the hadith mentions Qibla, sometimes mentions Al-Kaaba. Okay? So Sheikh Shanqiti says that some of the Salaf, they differed on this issue, Does it mean the both Qibla, Baytul Maqdis and the Haram? Some of the opinion says is both of them. So here when he says فَلَا تَسْتَقْبِلُ الْقِبْلَةَ وَلَا تَسْتَدْبِرُهَا, some of the ulama from the Salaf they said it means both Qibla, Al-Quds and Mecca. And that's the opinion of Muhammad bin Sirin. And majority of the scholars says La, here Qibla means Baytul Haram, because the Qibla now is this one, not the other one anymore. So it's Baytul, that's a Jumhur. It's Baytul Haram, Mecca. That's what it means. So we covered this, alhamdulillah. We're going to move on. Now I'm going to touch on a few things as I'm going along, inshallah. So this hadith, Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, do not face the Qibla. Okay, do not face the Qibla when you are urinating or relieving yourself. Then we have hadith of Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiallahu anhu when he said, قدمنا إلى الشام فوجدنا مراحض قد بنيت نحو الكعبة فننحرف عنها ونستغفر الله. That he said, we went to Sham and we saw the toilets are built facing the Kaaba. We turned away and we sought forgiveness of Allah Azza wa Jalla. So here, what does it mean? Meaning that I mentioned it, the scholars have mentioned that they did relieve in the, Abu Ayyub al-Ansari radiallahu anhu, they relieved, they used the toilet, they faced the Qibla, but Nanharif mean they turn left or right, and then they made istighfar. So the ulama says, he turned away and made istighfar for what? For the people who build the toilet such a way, seeking from Allah their forgiveness, Allah to forgive them. Shaykh saying that, you make istighfar for your brothers, to guide them, to protect them. If they made mistake, may Allah guide him. He did this, nastaghfirullah. It's like that. So they're making istighfar to Allah for the believers who build that toilet such a way, they shouldn't have done that. So this istighfar refers, it was haram. It was haram, it's not allowed. So he said, and hadith and how we turned our left or right, turned away from not facing the Qibla. So that's what it means. So this is so according to Abu Ayyub al-Ansari, Sa'id al-Musayyib, and other great scholars, they say, they've taken this as absolute prohibitions, that you cannot face Qibla or face your back towards the Qibla when you're relieving yourself. Because that doesn't talk about the bina, the Sahara, it doesn't talk about building or the desert. Absolutely tahrim. But we have next hadith. Abdullah bin Umar bin Khattab radiyallahu anhuma قال رقيت يوما على بيت حفصة فرأيت النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقضي حاجة مستقبل الشام ومستدبر الكعبة. So here in Sahih al-Bukhari Muslim that Abdullah bin Umar radiyallahu anhu, he said, I went top of the roof of my sister Hafsa, who is the wife of Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As the Prophet was relieving himself, facing the Sham, and his back was facing the Kaaba. Now he went up not to see it, it was faj'atan, suddenly, unexpected, okay? And he went and he saw this and he's narrating this to us. Now, this is action of the Prophet ﷺ. The other one is his statement. So the ulama have built a qaida. Imam Shawkani mentioned this, and Sheikh al-Albani, Sheikh Mashhur Hassan Salman, other ulama, they follow this qaida. They said that إذا تعارض قول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقدم القول على الفعل. That إذا تعارض قول رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم على فعله يقدم القول على فعل. That if the statement of the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم contradicts the action, then take the statement over the action. And the ulama explains why. Okay? Because when he does the action, could be for him, khas lahu, specifically for him. And statement is for the ummah. Okay? Ummah have to, he's addressing the ummah. So we take the statement over the action. Some of the ulama says, sometimes it can be other way around as well. You take the action over the statement, based on the situation and things like that. Sometimes you have to reconcile between the action and statement, and that requires a lot of research as well. So, but general principle is that, like this, you take the action statement over the action of the Prophet ﷺ. Some of the action khas for Rasulullah, we've mentioned it. For example, Wisal al-Siyam, that Prophet would fast for 3 days, he would not break it. It's khas for Rasulullah ﷺ. he was halal for Rasul to marry more than 4 wives, 11 wives, he was khas for him. So many things the khas for Rasulullah. Also one of the khas things specifically for him is that it is allowed for a woman to propose to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it is not allowed for anyone else. For sister to come and propose a brother in marriage, give a hand in marriage without a wali. And Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen mentions that if it happened once that a lady proposed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he offered herself to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It was halal. If Prophet said qabiltu, they're married. She doesn't need a wali for him, khas. So this is something that I've learned, alhamdulillah. So there's certain things khas for Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that could be this as well. Also the benefit is that ulama says that when Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says something and he does something else contrary to that, they say it is kiraha. Babul kiraha, babul dislike. So they said this could be dislike, form of dislike. Like for example, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said do not drink standing up, but then he drank standing up, zamzam. So they say that it is dislike. And the ulama Imam Nawawi others said you can drink standing up if there is a need, but it's makruh. Okay, so there is this qawa'id to come to establish the hukum like that. So this is one of the hadith, statement and action, so you know how to deal with that inshallah, what the ulama have said. The 4 opinions, you know it now. Okay. عن أنس بن مالك رضي الله عنه أنه قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يدخل الخلاء فأحمل أنا وغلام نحو إداوة من ماء وعنزة فيستنجي بالماء. Anas radiallahu anhu reports the hadith. Now, Anas, we mentioned some of the things about Anas radiallahu anhu, but one of the things he said in Anas radiallahu anhu, he said, والله خدمت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم 10 سنين ما شتمني وما ضربني. Okay, he said that I served Prophet for 10 years. Never cursed me, never hit me. He never said, why did you do that? Why didn't you do that? Never ever said that to me. This is 10 years he served Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So when we say Khadimur Rasul, we mean Anas radiallahu anhu. And Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam made dua for him. Allahumma akthir malahu wa waladahu wa adkhilul jannah. That he said, Ya Allah, increase his wealth and his progeny and enter him to Jannah. Dua he made to Allah Azza wa Jal. So Anas served Prophet for 10 years. He served him. So this is what we're going to know now inshallah. We're going to learn. So he said that كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يدخل الخلاء. Okay, he will enter khala. And we explain what khala is. That babul khala wa istitaba. In fiqh book you will find it. Or he will say babul qadul haja. Relieving yourself. They will never say babul hammam or mirhab. They will not mention this thing. These words are used the reason behind that and for adab. You know khala mean there's 2 meanings to it. Khala is to isolate yourself. Okay, and secondly it means isolate and to with the other one now. Subhanallah. So when we go to toilet, we make khalwa. We isolate ourselves, okay, and we become lonely. So in Arab, the custom was that when they would release themselves, they'll go outside. They will not do it in the house, okay, because of smell and things like that. This is aada of the Arab. They will go outside and they'll release themselves behind a bush, whatever, okay, and they will single out themselves and they will isolate themselves. That's what it means, khala, from the verb. It came from that doing verb. Khala, so khala refers to toilet, to relieve yourself. So when Prophet entered khala means that to relieve himself, he will isolate himself, be lonely. When he wants to do that, Anas says that I used to carry a container for him. وَغُلَامٌ نَحْوِ مَعِي. Ghulam refers to somebody, youth. Some of the narrations said he was from Ansar, because Ansar loved Prophet and they loved to serve him. Now also this hadith is a benefit for us that whenever we see something like that, it is respected, it is from the adab that we should do with the ulama as well. We do have the Prophet with us, but it is indication that we should do with the elders, I mean the scholars, as a respect and things like that, to give them, to serve them inshallah, bring water for them, if they want to go toilet, make sure, the water is there, carry water for them, things like that. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu realized Prophet wanted to use the toilet. So he arranged everything, the water, everything. He arranged it. Prophet came out and he saw everything was ready. And then he said, who done this? He said, Abdullah ibn Abbas. Then he said, Allah faqtuhu fi din. Allah increase him in knowledge. He made dua for him. So they're eager to serve Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam all the time. Subhanallah. So Anas was fortunate to do that for 10 years, to serve the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he's always there, and he will not miss it. He always there to serve him and prepare things for him. So that's what khala mean, and this is from the adab of anyone to serve a righteous man, a scholar, with these things, inshallah. So he would prepare the water and give it to Prophet to relieve himself. Now, فَيَسْتَنْجِ بِالْمَاءِ. Now, istinja, we covered this as well. Now, istinja are done many ways. Water, you can use stones, you can use leaves, you can use tissue. Even the leaves and tissue, I mentioned the hadith. We mentioned the reason why, because the the reason is to clean yourself. In fact, the tissue and the leaves are better to clean yourself than the rock, stone or something like that. So you can use any of these to clean yourself. Now, in the Quran, Allah talks about people who used to relieve themselves and they will clean themselves. Okay? فيه رجال يحبون أن يتطهروا والله يحب المطهرين. Allah talking about Masjidul Quba. Masjidul Quba, that the believers will relieve themselves and they will clean themselves. And this ayah was revealed. Okay? In it, فيه رجال يحبون أن يتطهروا والله يحب المطهرين. In it, in the masjid, there are men who like to purify themselves, and Allah loves those who purify. The Prophet went to the people of Masjid al-Quba, and he said to them, what is this ayah revealed to me, praising you? What do you do? And they say, Ya Rasulullah, whenever we relieve ourselves, we clean ourselves. Okay? We clean ourselves. And they will narrate the hadith, they will say that we'll use water. Some reports say that we will stone, then we will water. Something like that shows that it is praiseworthy. So there's systems now. You can use only stone, even if you have the water, or you can use stone and water, or just water. So the ulama says that it is better to use the water least, but if you just use rock, nothing wrong with that. Stone will remove the najas, but the impurity, but the mark of it will remain. So they say it is better, some of the tafsir says that we use rock and then with the water. Okay? Because the water will not only clean yourself, it will take the athar, the mark away from it as well. So, yeah, istinja is done, here is the water only, but you can use other thing as well. So this hadith, my brothers, is basically explaining to us, about istinja, how to do istinja with the water, inshallah. Let's go to the next hadith, inshallah. Next hadith is hadith of عن أبي قتادة الحارث بن ربعي الأنصاري رضي الله عنه أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال لا يمسكن أحدكم ذكره بيمينه وهو يبول ولا يتمسح من خلاء بيمينه ولا يتنفس في الإناء. This hadith, inshallah, I'm going to mention, as we have mentioned previously, the certain thing I will talk about, discuss, inshallah, part of the knowledge of the deen. So we shouldn't feel, should have haya in that. We should learn. So the hadith of Abu Qatada radiallahu anhu, he said, the Prophet said that none of you should hold your private part when you are relieving yourself, and he should not do istinja with stone with the right, وَلَا يَتَنَفَّسْ fil ina, and he should not blow on a container where the food is. Tayyib, we mentioned this hadith, they say adab, hadithul adab, that relate to adab, and that when in the Quran and Sunnah, when Allah Azza wa Jal and Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, when they command anything, that command to do in ibadah, it means wajib. And if it's command to leave anything which relate to worship, it's haram. Like, do not associate anything with me. It is a command for you to leave, so it is haram. But anything command to do in babul adab, in tashrif, in honor, then it is mustahab. And if there's something for you to leave, which relate to babul adab, manners, relate to manners and things like that, then it is makruh. Like for example, babul adab, to do things like take with the right, give with the right. There's a command in that, but this is mustahab. Okay, babul adab is also not to, take it with your left or give it with your left. It is a nahi in the prohibition, but this nahi means dislike. It is because it's from the, from the aspect of manners. So here, that's what we learn now, inshallah, that Prophet said that when we relieve ourselves, do not clean yourself or do istinja to yourself with the right hand. Okay, because the right hand is something that we use for good. So the ulama says, this la yumsikanna ahadukum, let one of you not hold. This is haram, tahrim. It's tahrim. Why? Because it is, number one, la yumsikanna, la nahiya li tahrim. La nahiya. Nahi here means li tahrim. The basic principle of nahi, prohibitions, means haram. Number one. Number two, they say, nun tawkid in there, la yumsikanna. Okay? Definitely, none of you should clean yourself with the right hand. So they said, it's tahrim. For you to do that, it is not allowed. Some ulama have said. And the second opinion of the ulama, they have said that it doesn't mean it is haram, they say it's tahrim li kiraha, dislike. And this is from the babul adab. There is babul adab. Okay? So when we clean ourselves, we should face the qibla. When we're relieving ourselves, babul adab, we shouldn't do that. Like with babul adab, we should clean ourselves with the right hand. Clean ourselves with the right hand. And they say because of babul adab, we should avoid that. لا يمسكن أحدكم ذكره بيمينه وهو يبول. At the time you are relieving, at the time you are urinating, you should not use the right hand. So there is a khilaf between the ulama that we should not yumsikanna, to hold. That's what it means. We should not. But the adab of doing that is that if you're going to do istinja, if you're going to use the rock, the ulama have explained, use the stone on the right hand and use the left. And if you're going to use the water, a bucket of water, hold the bucket with the right hand and clean it with the left. And that's how it should be. And some of the ulama say, if you do use the right, then it's not haram. You've done act of haram. It's act of dislike. You fell into makruh. But those who said it is haram based on the evidences, qawaidul fiqh, they said only time you can use the right hand if you can't use the left, broken or something like that. Then out of necessity, you can use the right hand. But other than that, these are two opinions from the scholars. Okay, some say it's haram based on the qa'idah. Some say it is not haram. It's babul adab. It is makruh, disliked to use. So makruh are two types: makruh li tanzih, makruh li tahrim. Makruh li tanzih, which is dislike, is here. Makruh li tahrim, which is haram, Then next one is that وَلَا يَتَمَسَّحْ مِنْ خَلَائِ بِيَمِينِهِ. And one of you should not do istinja with the right hand. Okay, with the right hand. Again, it is babul adab. One should not do that. Some of the ulama say the other opinion say it is haram because لا يتمسح nahi لتحريم. So you shouldn't use it. But other opinions say because it relates to the adab and manners, honor, it's makruh. وَلَا يَتَنَفَّسْ فِي الْإِنَاءِ. And one of you should not blow in the container. When you eat the food we have on the container, we should not blow on it. So because it's a nahi there, لِتَحْرِيم. Something it's no good manners. It's not from the adab to blow it, so it is makruh. Now, اختلف العلماء. الشيخ البسام رحمه الله explains, اختلف العلماء هل نهي للتحريم أو كراهة. So what we have discussed regarding this, you should know the hadith, that scholars have two opinions, tahrim wa kiraha. ذهب الظاهرية إلى التحريم أخذ بظاهر الحديث. So those who take apparent literal meaning, like Ibn Hazm and Dawood al-Zahiri, they say it is haram. Okay, it is haram, apparent hadith, which is because لا نهي. وذهب الجمهور إلى الكراهة على أنها نوي لتأديبه. Jumhur of the ulama said this, what we covered, it is makruh to do any of them because it's babul adab. Babul adab. So basically, inshallah, this is what it is. Now, I want to add something regarding we're talking about it. Since we're talking about this issue, relieving ourselves and cleaning ourselves, what is the ruling of the one urinating standing up? You know, we boot up, don't urinate standing up. Shaitan does that, and we were brainwashed with this. We've seen our blood. Okay, let's get it out. Now, Aisha radiallahu anha, she said that Prophet, إذا حدثكم أحد أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم بال قائما فلا تصدقه. Okay, that if someone tells you the Prophet urinated standing up, don't believe it. This is what Aisha said. The Prophet always urinated sitting down. The other group of ulama said, la, this is not true, because what Aisha narrated to us, it is what is in the house. Okay, she didn't go with Prophet ﷺ most of the time. How Prophet relieved himself outside. So to take this ala itlaq, this is definitely khalas. You need to sitting down. La, you can't do that. Ibn Hajar talks about the Arab, in ahadith Arab, the custom of the Arab. The man will urinate standing up. And there's a report, and the Arab would say, look, Muhammad is urinating standing up. Apparently there's a statement like this, Ibn Hajar mentioned. So the ahadatul Arab, min al-rijal, the custom of the Arab from the man, they will urinate standing up. That's the custom. Okay? And Prophet urinated sitting down in the house because this is suitable for him. And that's what Aisha saw. And that's what she's narrating. But there's a hadith of Hudayfa radiallahu anhu, Jabir, that his eyes saw Messenger of Allah urinating standing up. Okay? So what does the ulama say? It's based ala hasab al-hal. It depends on the situation. In the house, you do sitting down. Alhamdulillah, it's done, it's ready, and mashallah, sit down and do it. If you're outside, camping, wherever, if you think, if I stand up, people are going to see me, and I can't, then you sit down. If you think, if I do sitting down, najasa will come down to me, it's not suitable, it's too dayiq, and it's too narrow, I have to stand up, but if I stand up, no one can see me, then you're standing up. So depend on the situation, you urinate, standing up or sitting down. So it is not haram to urinate standing up, as Ibn Hajar says, it's a custom of the Arab, of the man to do standing up anyway. So there's nothing to say it's haram to urinate standing up. So that's the khulasa, the Imam al-Nawawi mentioned in Sahih Muslim about Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam urinating standing up as well. So it is depend on the situation. Sometimes if you two will sit down, the urine might splash back onto the clothes. So you probably have to stand up. Okay, so based on the situation, inshallah, and that's the khulasa of it. So it is not haram to urinate standing up, as we have been taught back home. So jazakumullah khair ikhwan. I will take the questions now and then we move on. Go on, akhi. We have
question about the dua before entering the bathroom, and just in general, the qaida maybe for adhkar or to remember Allah in the bathroom. If you've forgotten the dua, or you say it as you're maybe entering and you forgot, or maybe you do it in your head. Also, additional question is the qalb, is that if you don't say it on your lips, is that dua sufficient if you do it before?
Okay, that's a good question. When do we say dua with the heart or with the tongue? Okay, before that, this hadith we covered it, and the Sheikh mentioned, the Shanqiti mentioned the three situation onto this. Kana Rasulullah idha dakhala khala. So they look at the word now. Kana idha dakhala khala. It means three possibilities. Before you enter it, while you're entering it, or after you're entering it. That's what it means. Could be any of these. So the Shaykh he said you have to say it before you enter it. And it brings evidence in the Quran. Okay, and hadith, Allah said in the Quran, فَإِذَا قَرَأْتَ الْقُرْآنِ فاستعذ بالله. Okay? If you read the Quran, the seek, say أعوذ بالله. When do we say it? Before read the Quran, after reading. So you don't say اللهم إني أعوذ بك من الخبث والخبائث after you enter it. Before you enter it. Before you enter it, you should say it. Okay? And it should be uttered. It should be uttered. Another benefit is that, and if I mentioned it, that what about if you're outside, you want to do the toilet, you leave yourself. Because it's not a toilet in sense that it's a house, it's open area. So when do you say it? You're not entering anything. The ulama says, the best thing is that, Sheikh Shanqiti said that you say it once you sit down. Before you relieve yourself, then you say, Allahumma inni a'udhu min khubuthi al-khaba'ith. Some said when you walk into it. Some when you're standing, you say it. But yeah, if you're going to do sitting down, when you sit down, before you do it, say that dua. Yeah. Because in the bushes, you got trees and there's jinn are there. And what did we talk about? Not to do it. I forgot to ask the question. You should urinate in where? Holes and cracks. You know that story we have mentioned about Sa'ad bin Ubad and all that. So the authentic hadith, because jinn resides in the holes and things like that. So be careful. Snakes as well, so it can be harmful to yourself. So yeah, when we say the dua, we should say it with the tongue. Once you're inside, then say in your heart, But if you've forgotten, inside, say it, because there's nothing you can do. But try to say before you go in, inshallah. Yeah. Make isti'adha before you go into the toilet. Okay, go on. Yeah, friend.
You mentioned that Allah SWT sent an ayah down to Prophet Muhammad about people who clean or relieve themselves.
فيه رجال, yeah.
Do you know what ayah specifically that is?
Surah At-Tawbah. Do you know? No. You bunayya tatahharu wallahi bil mutta. It's Surah At-Tawbah regarding the people of Quba, the masjid there. Someone will inshallah find the surah, the verse and give it to you inshallah. Yeah. So that's the ayah. Allah praising those people. So sure we should do istinja and the praiseworthy thing. Yeah. Any more?
Just for the perspective of benefit, what's the ruling on the Quran being recited and you went out of your way to play the Quran, maybe on a speaker, and you enter the bathroom, or a poem or something beneficial, a lecture that's mentioning Allah, and you entering the bathroom, if the speaker's outside, maybe in the house, but you can hear Baqarah or something being played, and you're just sitting there, is there a ruling for that?
It's a good question. A lot of masajid you can hear that.
Yeah, in the bathroom you go in there.
Yeah.
You can hear it from in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You can hear it from the bathroom. If you're sitting outside, maybe. Say, for example, you go to, say from Islamic masjid, you go to the toilet, yeah? And you want to relieve yourself, and the salah started, yeah? Maghrib. And they reciting the Quran, the Imam, you can hear it. So this is nothing. They should turn that off so the people don't hear from the toilet. But what is forbidden is the person in the toilet reciting it. That's not allowed. But just coming the voice, that's inshallah should be. That's not haram. Yeah, it's not haram. Yeah, go on.
Sister has a question. I had a question from lesson 1 regarding the hadith إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. I think it was mentioned if you intend to do wudu for dhuhr, then you'd repeat for asr due to the intention. Is it okay to make a general intention like رفع الحدث الأصغر بارك الله فيكم?
Okay. Question, you've heard the question, yeah. Now, yeah, this is the first hadith of Umdatul Ahkaam. Good question, mashallah. Yes, so إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّةِ وَإِنَّمَا لِكُلِّ امْرِئٍ مَا نَوَى. That every action judged by intention, and you will get what you intended for. So if you make intention for wudu, for dhuhr only, then that's what you're going to get. So you have to make intention for next wudu for asr. So the question is, the sister saying that, can you make general intention? Yes, you can make that. So you make wudu for dhuhr, and you say, if I have the wudu, I will pray for all of the salah. And you can do that. Nothing wrong with that, inshallah. Yeah. That's how it should be. And side benefit is that intention has two parts. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah and Ibn Qayyim Adam mentioned that intention for Allah, you're doing everything for the sake of Allah, and that's and second is that you make intention for specific ibadah. Yeah, tamiz, yes. Go on, akhi. Yeah.
The brother was asking about the ayah in Surah Tawbah.
Mm.
There's ayah 108 in Surah
MashaAllah, 108.
You said 100.
108. Yeah. The question I had, you said that regarding urinating, you can do it sometimes, depending on the situation, standing, sometimes sitting down. Is it generally is it better to do it, or like more desirable to do it sitting down?
Prophet Imam Nawawi mentioned that but the brother asking question is that when you urinate standing up or sitting down based on the situation. Yes, it is. Is it better to do standing up or sitting down? Okay, Imam Nawawi, he mentioned the Prophet he urinated standing up because Prophet could not sit down. He had injury on his leg or something like that. So that's could be one of the exceptions. But medically, Allahu Alam, there's nothing to say which way is the best, standing up or sitting down. Only thing is, the important thing is that you have to be cautious that the najasa doesn't come back to you. That's what it is. That's what it is. So sometimes, if you're standing up, najasa might come back. Or another thing, you have to be cautious that people might can see you or something like that. Those two things have to be behind your mind. Other than that, in terms of what is better, Allahu Alam. In the toilet that Hadith says that when you go to toilet in the house, lean on your left. Apparently, medically is good, but the Hadith is there. The Hadith is weak. So if you want to practice the medical side, then alhamdulillah, but nothing like this for this outside. Also, another thing I want to mention, inshallah, when we come out from the toilet, we come out with the right, and we say Ghufranaka. Now, someone might say, why am I saying Ghufranaka? I never done anything haram. Why am I asking Allah to forgive me? The reason is, because we covered that, we might cover that as well. The ulama says that there are two reasons why you have to say it. One is that because in the toilet you can't mention Allah's name. So you ask Allah to forgive you. I was in a situation where I couldn't remember you. Because Prophet was given salam, Hazrat Ibn Umar, and he did not say walaikum salam. Because he said, I do not remember Allah in a state of impurity when I'm in the toilet. So that's one reason. Second reason is that they say you have to say Ghufranaka because Allah forgive me for the power and the tawfiq you have given me to relieve myself. I cannot thank you for that. I cannot thank you for that. Subhanallah, a lot of people, they can't relieve themselves. They're in the hospital. Machine have to get it out. They can't. And it's so painful. And you realize that we take it for granted. I'm going to toilet. Don't say dua, come out, clean. Subhanallah, what you have just done now is by the will of Allah. If you had a problem, medical problem, you wouldn't be able to relieve yourself. You have to go to the hospital, they have to get it out. Sometimes you can have a small stone, and you can't urinate. They have to get a machine to get you to urinate. But we forget this ni'mah of Allah. So it is the biggest ni'mah Allah has given us to relieve ourselves. Subhanallah, when you're in a situation where you can't relieve yourself, you will be looking everywhere. You'll do pay anything to get this out. But we do take it for granted. Just walk into the toilet, clean ourselves, come alhamdulillah. We don't realize the name of Allah is in that. So the ulama says that the fact you can't thank Allah for this, okay? Subhanallah, say Allah forgive me. I cannot thank you. A man, Yawm al-Qiyamah, Allah will say to a man, a believer, he will come to Allah Yawm al-Qiyamah 500 years of worship. Okay? It's a link to that. And Allah will say to the Malaika, take my slave, enter into Jannah because of my mercy. So the slave will say, Ya Allah, I accept that what you're saying, but I worshipped you for 500 years. I want to enter Jannah because of my a'mal, actions, Ya Allah. He said, yeah, you want to enter Jannah with your a'mal? Okay, tayyib. Allah's not going to beat him up. It's okay, my slave. So Allah will say to the Malaika, put all his 500 years of a'mal, good action, on one mizan. And Allah will say to the Malaika, put one ni'mah that I gave him, ni'mah of sin, only in one mizan. You know what happened, akhi? That was heavier. A'mal was nothing. His good deed was nothing. So Allah said, take him to the hellfire. Then he will say, Ya Allah, recognize your mercy. Please enter me to Jannah with your mercy. He said, go to Jannah with your mercy. But see that this is one ni'mah, seeing with one ni'mah, relieving yourself is a ni'mah as well. That ni'mah that Allah has given us, we cannot pay for that. If that was, even that was on the balance, and 700 years of your action, that would be heavier. Subhanallah. So look at the smell that Allah has given you. You can smell the food. You can't pay for that as well. So Allah's ni'mah is so much. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. If you want to count the blessing of Allah, you're unable to do it. But the slave, he wanted, but he humbled himself. He realized, Allah, look at the mercy of Allah. He could have said, no, you disobey me, go to the hell. Allah, don't worry, go to Jannah now. You've accepted your mistakes, go. Allah forgave him, alhamdulillah. So, so it is a ni'mah that we can relieve ourselves and come out with no pain, no problem. So ulama said, because of that, you can't thank Allah as you deserve. Say, Allah forgive me. There's a true tafsir of that, yeah. Jazakumullah khair. You go on, inshallah. Go. Yeah.
In the hadith where it says not to blow on the container, does it mean like not to like drink from the container?
Or anything. Tanaffus here, to blow on a container, drink or food, whatever, anything. You shouldn't blow it. But we say from Babul Adab, it's makruh, yeah.
So, regarding the dua that you read before you go into the toilet, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal khaba'ith. So, is there a ruling because the jinn are in the toilet? What's the ruling in terms? Is there a saying that you don't have to stay in the toilet long, or do you have to, do you have to leave do you have to basically
you stay as long as you need.
You can stay as long as you need. Or no, what I mean is
obviously,
no, I mean
there's no ruling on that. The ruling is you make the dua, you go in, you use the toilet as long as you need to use it. That's what it is.
No, in these days the kids stay there like for 3 hours in the phone, staying there. Is there like
obviously it's not depend what to do with the phone inside, obviously. I mean, using the phone in the toilet is mubah, amr mubah. Mubah is something la yuqarrib ila Allah. That's something that doesn't take you close to Allah. It's not a worship. So as long as they're not doing anything haram with the phone in there, just reading news or whatever, I don't know.
Is it mustahab to hurry up?
Or in that sense, nothing to say. You finish your qadr al-haja, you finish your needs, and you just come out. But now the newspapers and all that, I don't know why they do that. But Allahu Alam. But nothing to say is more rewarded if you finish it quicker. Allah knows best. I don't think so. It is. You go there, you fulfill your need, and come out. Khalas. Yeah. Yeah.
So regarding like maybe using your phone in the bathroom, if like Allah subhanahu name comes up.
No, I mean you don't go to the chapter. You just somebody will want to go to Facebook, or I don't know, somebody wants to look at YouTube or something like that, where there is no Allah's name in it. Yeah. So if you go to toilet where possibly that is the website, then you don't do that. But like news and things like that.
But what if like his name like not uttered but like written on the phone? Yeah. Is that like sinful?
Prophet ﷺ, he had a ring and the name Allah was there. He did not take it inside. Okay. Now, can we take Mus'haf in the toilet? Okay. Umdatul Fiqh, we covered it. He said, you do not take Mus'haf in the Quran, Mus'haf in the toilet. It's Quran. But the Sheikh says that, Sheikh Tayyari said that, if you're in a situation, okay, the قاعدة إذا تزاحم المفسدتان يرتكب أدنى من ذلك. Okay, that يرتكب, that if you have two harm, do the lesser evil. Okay, so say for example your service station now, no Muslim, you're the only Muslim there, and you go Mus'haf. Okay, what you can do, lesser evil is that you take it with you in the toilet. You don't leave it outside. That's a greater harm. Someone might take it, put in the bin, do whatever they want. So the lesser evil is that you take it. So two harm is there. Harm is taken to the toilet, and harm is living in outside. So which is the greater harm? To leave it outside, because it's not your house, it's a public toilet. Everyone can come and take the Mus'haf and do whatever they want. So lesser harm is that I take it inside the toilet with me. So we judge the situation, and the Prophet left his ring outside, maybe because it's no problem leaving it, I leave it, there's no one to take it. But you can't apply that for you, because you might be in a situation where you can't do that. You have to take it inside the toilet. Unless you see a brother, hold on to the Mus'haf and let me finish it. So yes, anything Quran, phone is not actually, it's not Mus'haf, but if you're going to use the Mus'haf in the toilet, then be careful, don't go to a website where there's going to be Kalamullah and things like that. be careful, just be cautious, that's what it is, yeah. Inshallah, yeah.
When it comes to like some houses, they have like a toilet and like bathroom and bathtub all in one room. And some houses like they have like a toilet in one room.
You mean the toilet and the bathroom is together?
Yeah, and some houses like have toilet and bathroom in separate rooms. So let's say like you come out of the toilet and like you go to the bathroom in a separate room to make wudu. Are you allowed to like mention Allah's name in there because the toilet's in a separate room?
If it's just separate, nothing wrong with that. Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, it should be. No, it's nothing wrong. But why do you make wudu? We make wudu in the bathroom, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah.
What's the qaida you mentioned?
إذا تزاحم المفسدتان يرتكب أدنى من ذلك. If the two mafsada, you do the lesser evil. Next to that, Imam Sa'di mentioned this. إذا تزاحم المصلحتان يقدم الأعلى من الأدنى. If you have two benefit, do the better one. But if it comes to mafsada, you do lesser evil. Okay? So you look at this situation. Okay, two mafsada here now. I can't read the Quran. I can't take it as well. Okay, but I can do something. So I take it with me because lesser harm, isn't it? Because someone can take the Quran and do something. So you go quickly think like that, inshallah.
What about a situation where, like in the haram, when you do Umrah, you have ihram, and sometimes you got the kitab where you have
Mus'haf.
Not proper Quranic Mus'haf, but Quranic dua.
Where? In the book?
In the book.
Yeah.
Can you take that in the toilet?
No, it's still you can't take it in the toilet. It's dua al-Qur'aniyya, so you can't take it.
You have to leave outside.
Haram is haram, akhi. You can leave it on the side, inshallah.
In the toilet.
No, you leave it in the masjid, in the corner, and then khalas, you come back and find it.
Overcrowded. You can't, when you leave there, you're not going to get
You can do something there, inshallah. It's haram, so you can find the brothers and hold on to it. I'm coming here, give me 5 minutes and do alright. So I'm talking about general public toilet here.
So in this qaida, it doesn't apply.
No, not here. You can't. Haram, you go, I don't think we can apply that. La. Khalas? Oh, so Abdul Karim want to ask me, yeah, go on.
I was going to say, somebody said that, one of the teachers, he said that if a person brings a phone in and he's texting, that's makruh because the angels, they don't like to go in the toilet. When a person's texting, the angels, they have to record, because it's like speech. So it's makruh because they have to enter, they don't like to go to.
It's like in the toilet, can you talk? It's makruh. Because nothing to say is haram. Okay? Nothing to say is haram. So when you in the two scenario, the ulama says, when you're in the toilet, you're standing up, can you talk to your brother? Hi, you akhi, you okay? Keep halal, all that. It's okay, nothing wrong with that. But when you're relieving yourself, this is makruh. Because for something that's haram, tahrim, should be a threat in it, la'an, or something like that. Something to do, wrath of Allah, and something like that. But the ulama is makruh. Yeah, from Kuwait, yeah, mashallah. So it's makruh, we should avoid. This doesn't need, why do you need the phone? For what? I don't know. Yeah. خلاص. Yeah. جزاكم الله خير. السلام عليكم.
جزاكم وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله.